Hey everybody, so today we're going to look at how to change the tool when you're doing like engraving projects like this. So if we get over to the design side, let's see here. We have our 2D and we have our 3D. And this is a file that was supplied by a customer. So if we want to use a V tool and kind of just engrave this, we can use something like, let's see, one of these over here. Either V carve, but this geometry isn't really best for V carving because it's just really shallow. You want something that the width varies uh, in the closed shape that you're trying to carve, right? So this isn't the best choice, but we could use it. The other one would be just a profile toolpath, right? That's probably all the two that we'd be looking at. So we'll do one of these. And then I'm just going to engrave all of it, so I'm just going to select it all, but you could select just what you want. There's different ways to do that. So how deep we're going to go? We're going to go pretty shallow, maybe 50, something like that. And then as far as selecting the tool, we're going to just go select. And we'll get into a bunch of tools here. We want to just go to the V bits, and there'll be different ones in here based on the tool library you're using. And so you should be able to just pick one of these standard ones. And even if your tool isn't one of these standard ones, we can always come in and edit the tool size, right? So we're going to just select a 1/4 inch 60 and just choose apply, or select, should I say. Okay, so we hit select. So you can see the name of the tool is listed here. So this is how deep we're going to go. This is what tool we're going to use. We're going to cut right on the geometry is how we're going to do it. So it's like an engraving routine. And that's basically it. This is what we want to cut over here. So if we want to change what we want to cut, we could select something different. So I think if we select these two and then select this, maybe it inverts it. I don't know. We can reselect it to deselect it. So because we don't want to try to select each one of these separately, even though that wasn't so bad. If we just click on one of them, we can hold shift, click on another one. So you could do it that way to select all 4 of them. Or you could window select everything and then hold shift and left click on this and left click on that, and that will remove the frame. If you want to include the frame, just include it as part of your selection. Okay? And then from here we're going to just click calculate, and we'll get a little simulation of what this looks like, and you can see we have some engraving. Now I don't know the exact intent, like maybe we want to pocket here and then do an engraving. Right now we just have one operation in the tree here, so this is one tool path that's using one cutter. Okay, if we want to edit any of these settings, we just right click on this and choose edit, and then we're back into this dialog, and we could change our tool. So let's say we didn't want to use the V tool and we wanted to use a ball mill. Okay, so we can say select, and then we can come into this list here, and there's different tools you can pick from, and you just pick the tool in the category, right? So I'm going to go, I have a tapered ball mill here, so I'm just going to select that one, and I'm going to choose select or apply. I don't know. It doesn't seem to want me to use this one, so maybe that category isn't allowed. Let's try just this ball mill, okay? We're going to select this. Really, the tool doesn't matter. You could pick any of these tools and just type in the depth that you want to go. And when you're profiling on center, it's going to be whatever the tool shape is. So the tool size doesn't really matter, but when you simulate it, it will look more similar to how it would look on the machine. So we're going to just pick this one. We're going to say select. So you can see how it says ball nose now. We'll come down here and choose calculate. And it'll take a moment to calculate. It looks a little bit different in the simulation now. Also, you can see we have multiple passes. So why do we have multiple passes? I don't know. This is our depth here, right? you can see it's set to 3 passes, so we can edit this and we could say clear all passes. Okay, so then it just does it in one and recalculate. So now it's just cutting it in one pass. But really, we don't want to use the ball mill, right? So let's go back here and edit this profile feature. We're going to come back up to the tool. We're going to say select. Okay, we're going to use one of these V tools here, and we'll say select. Okay, and then we're going to just come down to here to where it says calculate, and we'll say calculate. And now we can see the V tool toolpath, or really it's just a profile on center. All right, we're going to reset our preview and run this again. And this kind of shows us what it looks like, but yeah, okay. So that's kind of what we're working with there. Now, you know, maybe we want to pocket out this inside shape, right? So if you have more than one operation, right now we just have one, just this profile, we could remove our selection, go back to our 2D view, right? This time, instead of using a profile, we can say do a pocket, all right? And now we can select this boundary, and it's got a 1/4 inch end mill right now, but if we want to change that, we could go select, you know, and then we could pick a different tool. All right, so we'll select this one. This one we're gonna remove, so we just have this 1/8 inch ball mill, and then we'll just click calculate. And this is gonna generate a back and forth tool path to remove that material. And I'm using a ball mill, but you probably normally would use like an end mill. But just again, showing an example of 2 different tools. So this one is using one tool, and then this one's using another tool, okay? This one's using a chamfer tool, and this one's using a ball mill. Now, because you don't have a tool changer, you really need to post these separate, or you need to save the G code for them separate. So let me close that simulation. Over here, you should be able to save them separately. So let's see, save toolpath, selected toolpath. So you can select one, okay. Selected toolpath, this is the one I have selected. I can save that, and that will save just the chamfer tool, okay. And then after you're done saving that, then you can turn that one off and turn that one on, okay, and then you can do save toolpaths. Now this is just the demo version of vCarve, so it may have an option to post the tools separately or post them together, but if you're unsure about that, you can always just check on which toolpath you want to post, selected toolpath, and then save. And again, just make sure you're picking the right post processor for your machine. So let me know if that helps, and if not, we can always do a screen share and connect and walk through it together.